I'm gonna talk about the differences between a div element and a span element, and when would you use it? I mean, when would I use which? This one, huh? So we have here an example. As you can tell, it's an span tag, and this one over here is a div tag. If I open them on a browser, you're gonna see the span is actually allowing another element to take a space on the right side. But for the div, it's not. It's not allowing. Div does not allow another element to take space on the right side. That is why we call span is like a inline element. On the other hand, div is a block element. We have the second question that says, what is a CSS box model? To understand this, I have this this UI where you can see some content. Actually, it's a div. And within that div, we got some content. And here you can see some space. So inner space that's surrounded to this inner content, that's what we call padding. And you see this line over there? This is what we call a border. So this div has a border. And here you're gonna see something like a space here. This outer space actually separates this element or other element from this div. This is why we use margin. Got it? Here we have the third question that says, what's the difference between a CSS class and ID? Difference between? Then I would love to say, we actually use class for accessing element in HTML. I mean, if you want to access any element, you should use a class in the element, and then you can access those and style them here on the style.css file. And we generally use we shouldn't use I mean, we don't normally use ID for styling. Rather, we use hashtag, or I mean this ID for some sort of like this for URL stuff. You know, if I type in here hello, you're gonna see I am navigating from here to there. Now I want to talk about the flexbox. Here in the fourth question, it says, what is flexbox? Actually, a flexbox is something that gives you the ability to design a layout. Do you understand what I mean? It actually gives you it lets you control your items. It gives you the ability to manage or arrange items of a container div. You might be asking, what is a container div? Here, you can see that we have a container div here, and it has some children. And make sure, I'm going to show you the output of it. Well, I have something here wrong. I'm going to comment this one. And now you can see that without flexbox, this layout look like this. And now if I actually turn this flexbox on, you're gonna see this. Here we actually enabled the flexbox layout system. There's more to learn, but we're gonna focus to the next part of the question that says, what is the difference between justify content and align items? To understand this, I want to ask you this question. Do you understand the axis? I mean the main axis and cross axis? Then it's easy to understand these properties. We have this justify content property. Actually, we use this over here, this property, to align items of a container in the main axis. The word is main axis. You need to remember, you need to understand that